I never thought I'd have to stand in my own driveway in full police uniform protecting my 16-year-old son from being arrested by my own neighbors. The woman screaming at him wasn't just any neighbor either. She was the new president of our HOA, Claire Whitmore, the self-appointed guardian of Lakewood. And in that moment, with red paint dripping down the garage door she'd just hurled at us, I knew this wasn't just about prejudice. It was about power, and she was going to abuse every ounce of it. It had been an ordinary Saturday. My wife Maya was inside grading papers, and our son Leo was outside mowing the lawn like he always did. Kid's quiet, skinny braces still knew headphones on, just in his own world. I'd been called into the station for a short morning shift, so I wasn't even home when it started. When I pulled into the street, I saw the flashing lights before I even saw the house, my patrol car, in my own driveway, another unit too, and right there in front of the mower stood Leo frozen, while Claire pointed a shaking finger at him like he was some kind of criminal. She was yelling before I even got out of the car. He was creeping along the property line, taking pictures of houses. He doesn't belong here. I stepped out, keeping my voice even. "Ma'am, that's my son. He lives here. He's mowing our yard." She blinked, then sneered. "Oh, of course. That makes sense. You people stick together, huh? That you people hit like a slap." The rookie who'd responded looked between us totally lost. I could feel Leo shaking behind me. I'd dealt with angry suspects, drunks, even gang fights, but I'd never felt fury like this. The kind that burns quiet right behind your ribs. "Ma'am," I said through clenched teeth, "I need you to calm down." She stepped closer, phone out recording. "Don't tell me what to do. I'm the HOA president. I have every right to document threats in this neighborhood." And before I could stop her, she hurled the paint can she'd been holding. It splattered across the side of my garage, bright red spelling chaos across everything I'd built. I wanted to arrest her on the spot, but cops don't get that luxury, especially not when the suspect hides behind the word neighbor. I filed my report, wiped paint off my uniform, and tried to tell myself it was over. It wasn't. By Monday, I was summoned to my captain's office. Claire had filed a formal complaint not just to the department, but to the HOA board as well. According to her, I'd been hostile, unprofessional, and intimidating. She claimed I'd used my position to silence her concerns. Internal Affairs opened an investigation. My badge was on the line. At the same time, HOA letters started showing up at our door. Violation, improper landscaping. Violation, unapproved security camera. Each one signed by President Claire Whitmore. Maya tried to laugh it off at first, said she's just bored. But then neighbors started whispering. Posts appeared in the HOA Facebook group, keeping our streets safe, with her long rant about a suspicious teen and a corrupt officer father covering it up. She never used our names. She didn't have to. Everyone knew. I'd been a cop for 15 years, but I'd never felt so powerless. I couldn't file a counter-complaint without it looking like retaliation. I couldn't stop the rumors. I'd walk into the grocery store and feel eyes following me. Leo stopped going to robotics club. He'd shut his door after school music off, lights off. My kid, the happiest, brightest part of my world, was fading because of a lie. One night I sat at the kitchen table staring at the stack of HOA fines and the Internal Affairs notice. Maya was pacing, furious and scared all at once. "Can't we sue her?" "For slander or something," she asked. I shook my head. It's her word against ours. I felt my throat tighten. And right now, she's the victim. That was the moment I almost broke. I remember thinking maybe if I just pay the fines, apologize publicly, she'll stop. Maybe it's not worth ruining our lives over one crazy neighbor. Then I saw Leo standing in the doorway, thin shoulders hunched, trying to smile like he wasn't terrified. That's when it hit me. If I gave up now, I'd be teaching him to stay quiet when he was right. I couldn't do that. A few days later, salvation came from the unlikeliest place, our elderly neighbor, Mr. Gable. Retired history teacher, lives 2 houses down, always pruning his roses. He knocked on our door with a USB stick in his hand. I saw everything he said softly. "Thought you might need this." On the footage from his porch camera, you can see the whole thing, Claire storming out screaming before Leo even noticed her throwing the paint and me stepping between them. More importantly, you can see her house behind her, her big bay window, where she's pacing on the phone before she comes outside. She wasn't scared. She was angry. She picked her target. I stayed up half the night watching it again and again. The next morning, I turned it over to my union rep and internal affairs. "That's your silver bullet," the rep said. "She's done." But HOA power doesn't die quietly. The next week, we got a letter from a downtown law firm representing the Whitmores. They were threatening to sue me, the department, and my family for emotional distress and negligent police conduct. Another letter claimed Leo had trespassed and damaged HOA property. It was pure intimidation, legal extortion dressed up as civic duty. Bills piled up. Maya stopped sleeping. I picked up extra shifts just to cover the lawyer consults. Leo overheard us one night and asked if he should get a job to help. I had to step outside so he wouldn't see me cry. That's what that woman had done, turned my home into a place of fear. I was done playing defense. I started digging. Off duty, late at night, coffee and frustration keeping me awake. I pulled Claire's HOA filings, property records, social media. It didn't take long to find cracks. Her maiden name popped up in an old local paper 3 towns over, same woman, different headline. She'd accused a teenager of vandalism. Charges dropped for lack of evidence. Then, 2 small claims suits against a dry cleaner and a landscaping company, both dismissed. The deeper I went, the uglier it got. An old business dissolved under shady circumstances, accusations of insurance fraud buried in community forums. She wasn't new to weaponizing systems. She was a professional victim. When Internal Affairs finally called me in, I came prepared. They'd already reviewed my body cam footage, crystal clear, every word, every calm command, every baseless accusation from her. Combined with Mr. Gable's video, it painted a perfect picture. Still, I knew that HOA drama doesn't end with proof, it ends with humiliation. The captain arranged a special HOA board meeting to review the situation. Claire showed up with her husband, Paul. Smug and composed, wearing that fake civic leader smile. The board members looked uneasy. Half of them owed her favors. I walked in wearing plain clothes, carrying a flash drive. No more hesitation. Claire started first. "This officer has harassed me and violated multiple HOA codes. His property," I cut her off. "Let's watch something before you finish." The room went dark. The screen lit up. There she was, through Gable's camera, screaming, throwing paint, calling my son a threat. Then the body cam angled me stepping forward, calm, saying, "Ma'am, lower your voice." Her shouting, "He doesn't belong here." The words echoed through the hall like a confession. When the lights came back up, no one spoke. One of the board members whispered, "My God." Another stood. "Madam President, this is unacceptable." Claire's mouth opened and closed, but nothing came out. Paul tried to salvage it. "This is clearly edited," but the HOA lawyer cut him off. "The metadata matches timestamps from multiple sources. It's authentic." I looked right at her. "You didn't just break HOA rules. You abused them. You weaponized this neighborhood to destroy a kid's life." For the first time, she didn't look angry. She looked scared. The board called an emergency vote right there. Unanimous, Claire Whitmore, removed as HOA president, pending investigation for vandalism, defamation, and falsifying community records. Her husband grabbed her arm, muttering, "Let's go." They left without another word. That night, the HOA posted an official statement. "We regret the actions of our former president and extend our apologies to Officer Grant and his family." Neighbors started showing up at our door again, not with accusations this time, but with casseroles, awkward smiles, and quiet apologies. I accepted them, but I didn't forget. A week later, Internal Affairs cleared me completely. No misconduct. Complaint unfounded. My captain even told me off the record, "You handled this better than I would have." Maybe, but handling it didn't feel like winning. Winning would have been never having to fight this battle in the first place. The last time I saw Claire was through my windshield months later. She was loading boxes into a moving truck, face pale and tight. No HOA clipboard, no smug smile, just silence. She didn't look my way. I didn't wave. I still walk past the faded paint stains on my garage. I left them there on purpose. A reminder that even in a picture-perfect neighborhood, power can turn poisonous when it's placed in the wrong hands. Because at the end of the day, the HOA didn't protect our community, I did. And sometimes the uniform doesn't make you the cop. Standing up does.